Angel, Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
Yeah,
you want one quick question?
we can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.
I'll make this one. Go ahead in the room.
That's not very but Adrian. Big time play at the end of the game.
Yeah.
A little misdirection ATO from Becky. I think the subplot and everything is Kelsey Pearl continuing to screen and screen well for you.
For sure.
Obviously, managing everyone else. Can you just kind of speak to her selflessness and obviously your execution of it?
Yeah, I mean, KP is a threat. She's starting to, I think that's the most beautiful thing I've loved about watching her game evolve and grow is she's starting to become a threat all over the court. I feel like first coming in, everyone's like, okay, she shoot threes, cool. Like we get it. But what else can she do? And I think she started to develop and evolve her game year after year of year, whether it's screening, whether it's passing, whether it's rim reads, and that's a sight of a great professional. And playing alongside of her it's amazing because she never stops moving. So it makes you move. And to be able to sacrifice her shots or herself to set a screen for me or for any of our bigs or for anybody, it takes a lot. But at the same time, all great players know when you set a good screen, you're the one open. So she also knows that like, no, this could also be beneficial to me as well. So it's been great. I've always loved a good KP screen. She makes an effort, a huge effort to get it done. So yeah, it's more, the shot's great, but like the screen before it was the really big thing.
I have a question about Lindsay Allen, just because you played with her earlier in
Yeah,
your career.
yeah.
It's kind of what you've seen from her arc,
Yeah.
her career arc.
Yeah, I mean, Lindsay's always been that. Like, she's another true professional. She's always been someone that you could stick in any system, and she's gonna play the right way, and she's gonna get people over. She's gonna keep them organized. So it's been, I miss playing with her, obviously, because she's just a good teammate, a cool person to be around in the locker room. But the things that she's done in Chicago here, it comes by no surprise, because Lindsay's someone that's also gonna work on her game to make sure that others are getting better around her. And I think that just speaks to how true of a person she is and how just a great person.
And then for both of you guys, I was just curious how you thought you defended Kennedy as a team. Like, obviously she got her points and she hit a big shot, but I think a lot of her shots were pushed more to mid-range or perimeter, and I'm just curious how you guys thought that went tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think we did a little bit better job.
Yeah, we
I
don't
think
have stats.
she got her stats, she got her points, but I think we made it a lot harder for her to score. I think that was the most important thing is when you have easy scores, you get going and you get your teammates involved. But we try to make her life as hard as possible. But credit to her, she's a great player.
She is. She's someone that is just, I'm excited to see her grow within this league because just watching her grow in the few years that she's had, it's been amazing to see how she can just turn it on and off. And I think she's starting to make a stamp for herself in this league. And yeah, I'm excited to see her grow. She does her thing always, honestly.
Can you speak to, here, Ed, can you kind of speak to just the difference with obviously having kids, and then the difference in dynamic that it opposes to opponents with Megan?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the flow of the game and what our bigs can bring to the table. And I think when we're going against other teams, you got to match their matchups in some senses. And I think sometimes we get stuck in the game of, oh, the starting five has to stay the same. But that can flow. It could flow with just depending on matchups. And I think for the Chicago Sky game, Meg was just the better matchup. You know, Kia still came in and was Kia. And that's what I love the most about Kia is she doesn't get caught up in, oh my gosh, why am I coming off the bench? And I think that speaks volume versus just going out there and doing her job, the attitude behind it. And I think we have a locker room that is willing to do whatever it needs to be done in order for us to get the win. So credit to Meg always, because she's not because she's sitting next to me, but because she's always ready when her name is called. And like Becky was saying, Meg hasn't played a lot of minutes, and she could have been like, bumping, I'm about to do my own thing, but she stayed within the system and gave us great buckets at the right time. And like, it's been great playing against playing with Meg, excuse me.
Going back to the game winner, just how confident were you in Chelsea to deliver a pass in that situation?
Very confident. I was just telling her, I saw the shadow of the ball before I saw the ball, and I was like, okay, this wasn't the timing we drew up, but all right. But when it's coming to trusting someone with the pass, it's gonna always be Chelsea Gray for me. She's gonna always deliver it on time, and I know she gets anxious and mad when she can't deliver it on time. But when it comes to just crunch time, oh please, I trust Chelsea with the ball no matter what. So I was very confident.
Can you speak to kind of what I asked Adrian about the difference in your dynamic and how it kind of complements and kind of really gives defense and it's just kind of really have the game plan for you just to.
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to give a different look too. You know, Kia and especially working with Kia and AC too, like having that rotation with Asia, I think it just gives defense this really hard job because they always have to be thinking about the scout. Okay, who's coming in now? They're a different personnel. They have different skills and strengths. So I think just being able to help whatever we can do. Obviously, she's the greatest for a reason, and she's gonna have a lot of attention and pressure on her. So whatever we can do to like alleviate that and to make her job a little bit easier, that's what we're gonna do.
So let's jump to Zoom. Let's go Callie and then Michael.
Asia, just if we could go back to that game winner, you had just a stone cold face after making that shot. You had KP and Megan like screaming in your face, hyping you up. What's kind of going through your mind in that moment, and what do you want the takeaway from this win to be for your team?
I mean, in that moment, I was just trying to do my job. Like I didn't put the basketball in the hoop well all game. I was very frustrated, but my teammates just were the ones that just kept uplifting me to keep shooting the basketball. And so in that moment, I was like, this is what we're supposed to do. This is the game. This is the entertainment. Like, this is what you guys came to see. And I was so glad that we were able to deliver and be on the winning side. But at the same time, I think this game showed our hunger and our resilientness that we need to continue to push throughout these games. But it was a good win for us. We needed this win, and I'm glad we got it done.
Thank you.
Michael.
Yeah, thank you. Asia, I guess to follow up on that a little bit, it's so hard to do what you guys are trying to do. You've talked about it all year, but where's the confidence of this team in terms of knowing, how good you can be, how you're still really, in some ways finding yourself even this late in the season, and I wonder where you think the confidence stands right now for the Aces.
I mean, I can only speak for myself and what I try to instill into our locker room, but I try to make sure that everybody's confidence is at an all-time high because we can look around this locker room and we've seen snippets in games that we have enough to get the job done. It's just a matter of, do we want to get it done? The confidence is there. The talk is going to always be there, but are we going to put the work in to get it done? Are we going to do the extra little things? And that's what's going to take us there. But when it comes to confidence, I'm going to always be rooting for my teammates. I'm going to always tell them to keep their head up high, keep shooting. I don't care, keep going, because one thing we will never lack in our locker room is confidence. We might lack our identity. We might lack a little defense and offense, but our confidence will always be there because I'm going to try to instill that in our locker room every chance I get. So now it's just starting to just roll together, putting the pieces together and just starting to keep this great energy that we have going forward.
And then Megan, just one for you. I know you've talked about this the last couple of years, but you are a great college scorer, but you've learned to be a different type of scorer in the WNBA. And today, obviously, hitting those threes showed that. How over the last few years have you gotten to the point where you can come in and hit that particular shot?
Yeah, I mean, I took a total of 2 threes my entire college career and made one of them, so 50%. So I basically had to completely reinvent my game. I'm a little bit, I guess, undersized compared to obviously bigs that we're going against like Chicago today and all that. But just being able to create from the perimeter, to be able to have whatever it is, I got to be versatile. That was kind of what I was told when I got into the league, and I wanted to stick around. So I went to work, and I also have great people around me too, great support system, great teammates that are always like uplifting me and telling me, that I can do better and to keep going.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Nikias. Willie, you had your hand up. Has it already been answered? Nikias, go ahead.
Okay, can I be heard? I'm outside, so I want to make sure the audio is clear. Okay, just a quick one for you, Asia. I think it was 13 shots in the first quarter. I think that's the highest total of any player in the quarter this season. Did you feel that, and were you trying to set some sort of, I guess, just kind of set the tone there, or was there something that you saw in the defense that you wanted to be aggressive with?
Oh. Okay. I'm trying to see how I can word this. The shots were there, and I was just very frustrated that they were not falling, because that's not like me. But the basketball guys were just trying to teach me a lesson, and it's just something that I kept going. But I didn't even think about anything because I was literally taking what the defense was giving me, and they were giving me the wide open middle of the floor jumper. And my teammates were just like, keep going, because I feel like they've seen me shoot that a million times. And I wasn't going to let up, but I wasn't really thinking about anything. I was really honestly just taking what the defense was giving me, and they were giving me that shot. And it's crazy because I heard that coach saying, we'll live with it. And I was like, ooh, I'm letting you guys off the hook. But no, I'm gonna get back in the lab. We're gonna get things rolling. But no, I didn't have an idea. I was just really they were wide open. And I was just trying to shoot them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, last question is gonna go to Jordan and then we'll get back in here.
Hey, ladies, congrats on the win. So real quick, Asia, when you made that face after you hit this shot, it gave you that Derrick Rose vibe from the semifinals back in 2015. But my question is for you both. So I guess just talking about, this win in particular, especially the one in this magnitude, just talk about the momentum going forward.
We got to keep uplifting each other. This is a rough patch for us, obviously, because we are not where we want to be, but we've seen what we can do and where we can be. So this was a rough little stage for us, and we could kind of feel it. But I think with this win, obviously, we're not going to be on cloud 9 over it because we still have plenty of games to play. But at this stage of where we are, we really needed this just as like a confidence booster. Just sometimes people just need that little love, that extra little, like, you got this push and a sign from God to say that you're still going, you grow through what you go through. And I think we're just starting to grow. And I think that's what our momentum is now starting to be, is like continue to grow, continue to uplift each other, and everything else is going to pan out.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.